Some extraordinary comments have been made by the former head of the civil service, Lord Kerslake, who has said that the government's hostile environment policy towards illegal immigrants, he likened
Mm.
this to Nazi Germany. Do you agree?
No, I don't. No, I think I've got a lot of respect for Lord Caustic. I worked with him in government, and so I wouldn't want to criticise him. But I wouldn't use that type of language. I think that when you make that comparison, it never really helps public debate. I'm in a different context. I just don't think it's a good comparison to make.
Just not bringing up Nazi Germany or Hitler at all.
Wherever possible, I think it's not a great
But
comparison to make.
he was.
I think you could have a legitimate debate and argument about migration policy and how we should handle it. And I think one of the interesting things post-Brexit is that we're now in a position to decide exactly what the migration policy is that we want. So we can have a migration policy which treats people from Commonwealth countries in the same way as people from the EU. And while we were in the EU, we couldn't have that balance.
But were you aware, Lord Kerslake says that concerns had been voiced within government about the policy introduced by Theresa May when she was Home Secretary back in 2014, this hostile environment, asking for people to produce identification and proof that they were legally in the country. Were you aware that concerns had been raised about people who might be affected by this? And are you concerned that the 3 million plus EU migrants currently living in this country who are going to have to prove their legal status in years to come, that they won't be affected in the same way as someone who was obviously a very prominent Leave campaigner?
Yeah, I think it is important that we provide reassurance. And to be fair, I think one of the first things the Prime Minister said about our leaving the European Union is that we wanted to say to the 3 million EU citizens who are here, we value you, you're welcome, your rights will be protected. And I think one of the things the Prime Minister, in fact, I know one of the things the Prime Minister put first in our negotiations with the EU were, protocols making sure that the rights of EU citizens would be protected.